Hey, Adskoi, if you thought your garden were bad, you haven't experienced mine. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So if you remember back to my last video, I was tackling problems with trichodina and I also found fluke in the pond. So last week, if you didn't catch that video, that'll be up in one of the corners. Check that out. I use a PP treatment to tackle the trick. Now it's been a few days now. I've re-scraped and everything seems clear on the trick side, so all's good there. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to treat for the fluke. So when I did the other scrape after the PP treatment, I did still find a few flukes, which I are expecting to anyway, to be honest with you. So today I'm going to treat the flukes. Get them wiped out, because hopefully I'm trying to get all these problems dealt with as soon as, because in about a week or two, something like that, we're due to receive the Easter Showa from the growing show, what exclusively Koi is hosting along with Lee, Hadfield and James. So I want to get these problems wiped out ASAP. So yeah, I'm going to get me fluke end measured out, get it mixed up and bang it in pond. Right, that's my mixture made up. I'm just going to let that cool for a little bit now before I put it in. It does say on pack to switch off your UV while treatment is ongoing, so I shall unplug the UV from this unit. That's that off. And it says to leave it off for about 7 days, so that'll stay off for 7 days. Right then, while that's cooling down, let's go outside and see these nutters. They've just been begging for food. I really aren't much lately. Just begging for food. But I don't get them any for a bit because we're having this treatment. I want them to be pretty empty. Absolutely lousy day today again. Hey, Adskoi, if you thought your garden were bad, you haven't experienced mine. I have to tiptoe back down the garden to go in the house. I didn't walk anywhere. Look at the state on it. Right then, I'll leave these to enjoy the last bit of water clarity they've got. And then, once that bucket's cooled down, I shall get that in and spoil their day. Check back in a bit. See you in a bit, guys. Right, that's them in cloud for the time being, guys. Let's just hope it does the trick. Hello all, very happy Saturday. So because I'm a bit sad and I've got no better to do on this fine Saturday, I thought I'd have a day, well, morning, thought I'd have a morning of just seeing how close I was to my calculations in my pond volume, because obviously I've been medicating for the trichodina and flukes. Now I knew a pretty close estimate as to what my pond volume was, but I thought I've got some spare time this morning, I'll get up in Messy Shed and I'll have a measure up and I'll work out what my actual volume of my pond is, just see how close I were with my medications and that. Now I shall spin you around and show you what I've been doing. So you'll see here I've wrote down everything. So I've measured the water in my pond, so 1.33 meters deep, 3.1 meters long by 2.2 meters wide. Now bearing in mind this is from the bottom of the pond to the water line, not from the bottom of the pond to the top of the brickwork. This is actually to the water line, so it is the actual volume of water inside the pond itself, not the total dimensions of the inside of the pond. So that works out at 9.07 cubic meters, which equates to 9,070 litres. My drum filter, again I've done the same with that, measured from the bottom of it to the top of the water line, and then obviously the length and the width, which equates to 81.2 litres. My moving bed, done the same with that, took the dimensions of the water, equates to it holding 134 litres. Now this is where it got interesting. So I've measured every single bit of pipework in my system, so my bottom drain line, my skimmer line, even the pipework what goes from my drum to my bio, all my 2-inch pipework, all my 1.5-inch pipework, and what's for the heater. So you'll see my bottom drain, the internal diameter of the bottom drain pipework is 101 millimeters because it's soil pipe. Now what we do in the plumbing world is when we're working out our installation volumes, we measure all the pipework up, and then once we've got all that measured up and worked out, we add 10% to allow for fittings. So that's what I've done in this instance as well. I've measured all the pipework up right up to the millimetre where it goes into the fitting, and then once I've done all that, I've added 10% on to allow for the fittings in the installation. So my bottom drain, total length including fittings, is 5.753 metres, which is 46 litres. My skimmer line has got a 75 millimetre internal diameter with a total length of 5.1 metres, which equates to 22.53 litres. My drum to bio pipe work equates to 0.86 metres, which is 6.9 litres. It's surprising, isn't it, when you start working things out, how, you know, with your pipe work, it's surprising just how little water they do actually hold, because pipe work you'd think it'd hold quite a lot more, but it doesn't hold very much whatsoever. My 2-inch pipe work what I've got in, what's basically my returns, 50mm internal diameter. This is pressure pipe, so total length equates to 11.8 metres, which again, see, it only works out at 23.2 litres of total water in the pipe work for the returns, which is not a lot at all. My 1.5-inch pipe work, which is for my heater, total of 11 metres, which equates to 14 litres. That is allowing for the water inside the heater as well. So I've worked all this out, every single bit, and if you remember back to the video when I was doing the treatments, when I measured it out, I measured the medication out for 9,500 litres. Now I've just worked this lot out, and the total water volume of my pond installation is 9,398 litres. Now that's not bad, is it? I weren't far off at that. Only 102 litres off. So I didn't do bad at that. And that's just the kind of side of who I am, guys. To come up here in the morning, start working volumes out, measuring every single bit of pipe work. I bet I looked a right wacko. But it's the kind of thing I do at work. Working installation volumes out and flow rates and things like that. So I don't know why I've not done it before now, to be honest with you. Well, not properly anyway, for my pond. But like I say, why all you young'uns are out partying and clubbing, I'm the kind of person to be sat in my cylinder cupboard working my flow rates and my installation volume out for my heating system. I can't keep up with young'uns now. Well, I say young, I'm not that old myself, but compared to young'uns nowadays, while I'm still on my first pint, they're on the fourth. So yeah, I weren't far off at that. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go and see fish. Right, I'll let them enjoy munch for a little bit. Pigs. Hi guys, welcome back. So it's been another day, another dollar. So I'm just up the garden and I'm preparing my second dose of fluke treatment. So I did find another couple of flukes still left on the fish, so I'm doing another redose. So that's just preparing down there. I've mixed it all up, just waiting for it to cool down, and we can get these things sorted out and give them another good dose of treatment. Well, they're not showing too much concern about them, they're not bothering them too much, but the sooner we get them wiped out before spring and summer, it's the better. Plus the fact I've had confirmation that the Easter Showa is due to be delivered tomorrow. While I'm on this subject to the Easter Showas, I just want to give a quick mention to Danny's koi pond. I'm just devastated for you, mate. I really am devastated. It's just one of them things, isn't it? Something like that, it happens, you know, you just can't let it weigh you down. You did your best for it, and I'm sure James or Lee will do the best to help you out in any way they can, but yeah, it's so unfortunate. Shit happens, pardon my French, but it does, and like I say, you did your best for it. For anybody else that's entered the growing show, I look forward to seeing all your pics of what you drew out. Mine's due tomorrow morning sometime, so I'll be out at work, so I'm going to have to make sure my woman's clued up on what to do with it when it gets here. So yeah, I'm going to wait for this mixture to cool down, and then get this in pond to give these another dose and get these flukes nuked. Right, the flukes have been nuked. See how they get on with that dose. I'll retest them again in probably another 7 days. Well, like I say, they seem fine. They've not shown any distress or anything like that. You can be chasing your tail with things like this, treating with flukes. So I shall see how they go. and retest them again in 7 days and see where we're at then. So I shall catch you lot tomorrow with the Showa. So see you later. How are we doing, guys? So I've just finished work, just come up, fed fish. We've had a nice little delivery today, so let's go and have a look. So I drew out number 80 and this is what we got. Very pleased, if I do say so myself. Let's have a look at the real thing. Take this crystal now. So this is what we've got, guys. Quite a nice body on it, to be fair. Not too concerned with pattern at this stage, because obviously Showa change drastically as they grow from Tosai. But it looks as though there's quite a lot of underlying sumi underneath the skin, and a bit of sumi to come through in the head area, and it's got Benny, white and sumi on the head, so pleased with that. So yeah, fantastic fish, I think. Looking forward to see what it's going to do in the next few years, or should I say especially in the next months during the grow and show period. I thank exclusively Koi and James and Lee for organising it. Fantastic value for money. I can't wait to see what it becomes. So it's looking about, let's say, on the measuring scale, the skin quality feels excellent, but obviously for an Easter Showa you'd expect nothing less. Just want to try and get a good measurement of it, just for reference purposes. We're looking at, I'd give it 17 cm. Yeah, made up with that. So this only means one thing. It's time to get that bad boy ramped up. Let the games begin. So the main reason I got my missus to keep it in bowl until I got back was for the main reason that because I haven't got any quarantine facilities, I wanted to be able to do a couple of quick tests on it. So I want to do a scrape on it just to make sure we're not transferring anything into the pond that we don't know about. So it's always good to know, you know, what we're dealing with, if anything. So I'm going to get it scraped and then we're going to get it transferred into the pond. So I'll catch back with you guys. So as you'll have just seen from that picture, guys, I have found trichidina on the fish. It was just the one and it didn't seem very active, but I've only just treated my pond for trick. I don't really want to be putting it in to having to treat it again, so I think I'm going to go down the route of giving it a PP dip. Yeah, I think that's, at this moment in time, I think that's probably the best course of action. Just give it a PP dip, and see how it goes. So yeah, I'll get on with that now and I'll catch back. Right, he's had his PP dip now, guys. So I mean, it might not fully do it, but it's better than nil. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this little guy bagged up, get him floating in pond, let him acclimatise to pond temperature, and then let him go. I think he's had a stressful day. Right, he's been floating for a while now, guys. So I'm going to get him out of the bag. He's had a long day, and get him in his home. Off he goes. We've gone down to the bottom, sulking. And met friends with other fish. Right, I think that's going to be me out then, guys. And I'll catch you back on the next video, and we'll check back in to see how he's settling in. Catch you later, guys.